Hey everybody, welcome to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? Well, we're gonna surprise my dad and get a bunch of work done at his house. Yeah, so a lot of people wonder, by the way, how big of a trailer should I get for my Kubota BX? Well, this is a 14-foot dump trailer, and I have the grapple on the front and a box, ballast box on the back. And it just makes it. So 14 feet. I would not go any smaller than 14 feet. A little bit ago, it cut up, what was it? I ended up counting it as 3 or 4 trees, I don't know, at my parents' neighbor's house. And of course, you know, I supply my dad with firewood. So what I want to do is just take those trees that I cut up over there, everything's over there. I want to clean up all the brush, bring it back here, and I want to process the rest of the tree into firewood and leave it for him. I think he'll be pretty happy about that. Well, hey there. So this is gonna be a little bit weird. More weird for me than for you, I guess, because the edit's gonna be seamless. But it's Monday now. I started this video last week. And so my daughter's back in school. She's doing just fine. Thank you very much. And now we're headed to my dad's to get some work done. Oh, life. All right, well, here we are. And the first thing to do, of course, is to clean up all this crap. Now, I cut down a couple of trees next door and left a huge pile of just brush. I don't know, one man's brush is another man's firewood. And my dad, it was firewood. So this is this little tiny stuff. If I can get a piece of it, anything smaller than his little finger, that's brush. If it's bigger than his little finger, he keeps it. Let me show you. So these are the sticks he keeps as firewood. That's right. I'm sorry. That would go in my brush pile. So, but it's bigger than his little finger, see? So he keeps it. All right, well, I opted to switch from the grapple to the forks because I've got some other things I want to lift with forks. And guys, you can do as much with your forks as you can do with a grapple. You just got to get off the tractor more, that's all. Well, the next step is going to be cutting up all this stuff. Yeah, we kind of piled it where we were going to stack it. I don't know if that's good or bad, but anyway, just start cutting. It missed. So now we're using what's called my Jaw Boss. That's the name of the product, and it holds the sticks. Actually, it holds logs. It'll hold sizable logs, and you can lift the whole log with the tractor, and then you can see the tractor going back and forth, back and forth. That's because he's just driving the stick forward, or the log forward, as I cut it up, and it all goes into a pile. Well, we got almost all the little ones. There's just a few underneath these bigger ones, so we've got to cut the bigger ones up before, you know, obviously. Anyway, a nice little pile over here. Dad's going to stack that at his leisure. And let me tell you something. This right here is pretty darn handy. This is I've shown it before. This is my Jaw Boss, and it goes right into the 2-inch receiver on the pallet forks here. And you just stick your log in there. And my dad just drove it forward. You saw in the time lapse. I don't know if you can see it or not. Drive it forward, and I just chop it up, little piece at a time, and they all drop into a pile. It's handy. Really, really worked well. All right, on to the big stuff. Come back tomorrow, split it up. Oh boy. Well, I learned something. That splitter's heavy. Woo! I don't know how I'm going to get it back in the trailer. Obviously, the ramps will be involved. But, yeah, we'll figure that out later. Let's get to splitting. Well, that sure was fun.
Yeah, you sure worked at it.
Well, you worked too. You sat down when you needed to sit down. You are 87 years old. You got to sit down. You got to sit down. So
I did a lot of sitting down.
So was it a good surprise that I was going to leave all this for you?
Very surprised, yes.
Yeah, yeah. You needed some. I think you needed some, and I guess it was just easier. It took 2 full days to process this, and I guess 3 days if you count cutting the trees down and cleaning them up, just to get, I'd say 2/3 of a cord.
And I spent a whole day trimming the little limbs off of it.
That's right, all that little tiny stuff, you know, the finger. Yeah, well, I feel good, you know, knowing that you got a pretty good supply here for the winter. I think you're good, so.
Yep, I think it's gonna do the job.
Yeah, hey, if you need more, you know where to get it.
Certainly appreciate it.
All right. Hey, everybody, I'm glad you stopped by watching my dad and I stack wood. We've always done it our whole lives, so it's just what we do. So we will see you next time when I am doing more stuff.